Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the OHPART .10325. This is a conversion kit to go to hold open is what it is. Stop only to hold open. Our installation instructions are linked to down below, and they are included with the package. Once upon a time, you couldn't just swap parts to change functions. And for some reason, it just really seemed like there were always mistakes with people ordering overhead holders, stops, friction style. And once upon a time, it required a complete replacement of the material. A stop versus a hold open versus a friction style. Hold open is obvious. It's going to keep that door open. Not for use on fire rated doors, naturally. A stop is great for those exterior doors that swing out, and you really need to have a proper means by which to prevent the door from swinging past that dead stop point. Friction style are nice because there are applications, and I've seen them installed in hospital patient rooms on their bathroom, where that door can be left infinitely in any position. Okay. And they want the door basically to stay in that position, unless of course you physically move it, and you can sense the resistance or the friction, so to speak, of moving the door. Not permissible on fire-rated doors either. Fire-rated doors must be free-swinging, self-closing, self-latching. By all means of activation is how it's stated. But it's really just a tremendous development that you can actually get your hands on these parts without having to replace the entire unit. Now, installation instructions down below, it's going to tell us to refer to Figure 1, and then we're going to be up here on the back side of the paperwork. And I'm just going to go through the installation instructions relatively quickly. Remove the overhead door unit and remove the end cap by knocking the slide against it. So when you get the item removed, you know, the channel, that's the end cap that you're just going to pop out of place. Slide the arm out of the channel. Now here's your rocker arm, and this video is to go through the installation instructions so as to identify the pieces. Place the rocker arm inside slider as shown in Figure 1. Install the roll pin through the slider and rocker arm. And looking at that, they do indeed show where the roll pin is going to come into play. I'm sorry, I showed you the wrong part. This is the rocker arm. Okay. That roll pin is going to fit through here. Now, getting to further into the instructions, install the roll pin. Step 6, put the screw through the top of the slider in the hole nearest the end of the slider. .1032 by 7/8. Okay. Step 7, place spring over screw inside the slider. Indeed, here is your spring. Put square nut over screw and tighten about 4 turns. There's your square nut. That's going to go through here. That square nut's going to go down onto here. And then you're going to tighten that about four turns. Place the flip trigger assembly. Here's the flip trigger. Inside the channel with the short end of the assembly towards the shock spring. Secure the flip trigger assembly with the 2 screws, and there are 2 additional screws. These tiny little 1032 by 1/4 inch screws are in there as well. And secure it. Grease the rocker arm and the flip trigger with a graphite or white lithium grease. I might try white lithium given the application of where this is going to be. White lithium's not going to absorb any moisture at all. I'm not sure what graphite would really look like in an exterior application. So I might stick with white lithium. Slide the arm assembly into the channel with the short end of the slider toward the shock spring in the channel. Replace the end cap, reinstall the unit. And that does indeed exhaust all of the pieces that are in the package. So everything is indeed here, and that roll pin is in there. We absolutely do sell conversion kits. And sometimes it's for the sake of mitigating the problem where it was originally ordered incorrectly. But other times we've sold this material to large retailers that we've probably all shopped at. And the maintenance people just want to change the function. It works the way it works, and that's the way it was built, but they literally need to change the function to suit a growing evolution in the way that they're using the material. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Glynn Johnson products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. The name Glynn Johnson is probably most notorious for overhead stops and holders and all of that material. And there is a catalog for just that product line that I would recommend that you review. Back in the old days, at least for me, the 1990s, 1980s, they manufactured their AA small and their BB large, their touch latches. They were called literally the AA and the BB. Those are now branded under the Ives part numbers of CL11 and CL12. So you can still get those Glynn Johnson touch latches. They're just under the Ives banner now. And with Glynn Johnson being a part of Allegion, being a part of their sister companies of Schlage and Von Duprin and LCN, Glynn Johnson, along with Zero and Ives, are a part of a large universe of Allegion being able to put on the field a complete package for construction projects. And the name Glynn Johnson is synonymous again with that product line. And if you make a living in the construction industry, you're familiar with their name. Any questions on the OHPART.10325, their 90 series hold open conversion kit, or any other Glynn Johnson product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.